we're talking about inventory today. So I did send you a practice problem and a solution. You have that. And we're going to go over this. This is what we're going to first do is the periodic inventory system. And let me just talk to you a minute about what inventory is. Inventory is what a merchandiser holds to sell. So for example, if I were Lord & Taylor, my inventory would be my pants and my shirts and my shoes and my dresses. If I was a grocery store, it would be all my various grocery items. That's my inventory. So what we're trying to do here with these various methods is we are trying to determine our cost of goods sold, and what we're trying to determine is our ending inventory. So let's look at the first one. First of all, FIFO is first in, first out. The first inventory I purchase, I assume, is the first inventory I sold. Now, of course, the cost flow, the actual merchandise flow, I should say, doesn't actually have to work that way. It's just how what we're going to assume in order to make our various cost decisions. So, my beginning inventory on January 1st was 100 units at a unit cost of $20 per unit for $2,000. My purchase on July 8th, I bought 300 units at a cost of $24 per unit for $7,200. And on November 16th, I purchased 200 units, a unit cost of $26 each for $5,200. So let's go through this and see first of all, what my ending inventory is. If I'm using FIFO, first in, first out, obviously, what I've sold 400 units. If I sold the first units I purchased, I sold my January 1st units, I sold my July 8th units. What I'm left with is my November 16th units. So, I know I have 200 units left at a cost of $26 per unit. So my cost is going to be $5,200, and this is my ending inventory. My cost of goods sold is going to be the cost of goods I had available, which was $14,400. It was my beginning inventory plus my purchases, minus my ending inventory, which is $5,200. So my cost of goods sold was $9,200. There's other ways we could do this. One way we could also do it to determine our cost of goods sold. What we could do, since we know it's first in is what we sold, we know we sold our January 1st beginning inventory and our purchases from July 8th. So if we add those total costs together, the $2,000 plus the $7,200, we know our cost of goods sold is $9,200. And in this case, if we wanted to determine our ending inventory, we can simply take our cost of goods that were available of $14,400, subtract out our cost of goods sold of $9,200, and that would give us our ending inventory, which is $5,200. Okay, so there's various ways we can do this. Do whatever works for you. We'll do LIFO next, but again, what I remind you is this is not the actual flow of our merchandise. This is just a means for us to cost our merchandise. The next method we're going to do is LIFO, last in, first out. For this method, I assume the last items I purchased are the first I sold. So again, I sold 400 units. That means 200 of those units came from the November 16th purchase, and the other 200 units came from my July 8th purchase. So let's look at how we're going to determine that. So, if I want to determine my ending inventory, what I can do is I can take my units that are left over, and I know, of course, all of my January 1st units are left over, so I can take the 100 units I've left over from January 1st, multiply that by 20 per unit, and I will get $2,000. And then what I can do is go ahead and take the portion of the purchase from July 8th, which I would have, again, 100 units left because I sold 400. I sold 200 of November 16th, 200 of the July 8th. So the 100 units I have left from July 8th multiplied by the 24 per unit, and that would give me 2,400. So my ending inventory is 4,400. To determine my cost of goods sold, I take my cost of goods that were available, 14,400, and I subtract out my ending inventory, which was 4,400, and that means my cost of goods sold was $10,000. Again, I can do this another way. I can simply look at my actual cost of goods sold, which would have been the purchases from November 16, which were 5,200. And then I can take 200 of the units from my July 8th purchase, so 200 units times $24, and that would give me 4,800, and that would make my cost of goods sold 10,000. So either way is acceptable. Again, if I chose to do it this way, to determine my ending inventory under LIFO, what I would do is I would take my cost of goods available for sale, 14,400, and subtract out my cost of goods sold, which was 10,000, and that would give me ending inventory of 4,400. And again, use whichever way works best for you. Okay, average cost is the next one we're going to do, and again, we're still doing this under the periodic inventory system. What we're going to do here is to determine our average cost. We have to look at our cost of goods available, 14,400, and we're going to divide that by the total units that were available. So our cost of goods available divided by total units that were available. Our total units available were 600, right? So 14,400 divided by 600 is $24. So we are going to assume our inventory cost for each item of inventory was $24. Okay, that makes it much easier to figure out our ending inventory. Our ending inventory is 200 units, right? We had 600 and we sold 4, that leaves us with 2. So 200 times 24. So our ending inventory is 4,800. Our cost of goods sold is going to be our cost of goods available, which was 14,400, minus our ending inventory, which is 4,800, and that will give us $9,600.